Yes. Good morning, all of you. According to that, it is clear that Government of India will be announced about the lockdown due to the COVID-19. Due to the preventive steps of the educational upliftment, CBSE guideline given about the online classes with the help of the audio and visual aids. So that St. Joseph Public School, Dalsing Sarai, Samastipur, Bihar also started about the online classes for the betterment of the educational imparting or the upliftment of the student. As a standard 10 student of the St. Joseph Public School, I am Mr. A.K. Pandey, trying to overcome about the problem apart from the everyday class teaching problem will be solved through the online classes. Accordingly, as the online classes, first chapter of the political science, social science, political science indicate about the power sharing. Power sharing is one of the chapter which given as a standard 10. For the better understanding about the student, it is quite essential to know about the political science first, because political science defined as a standard 9 and a standard 10. A standard 9 political science as a part 1 of the democratic politics and the part 2 democratic politics given as a standard 10. Part 2 democratic politics and part 1 democratic politics indicate about the definition of the politics, definition of the political science. So politics clearly defined as the administrative ideology. Legal administrative ideology of administration is called politics, and political science led to the definition as a politics regarded to the political upliftment of the Indian democracy. We are already know about the democracy is one of the way in which and by which people decided all about by their own will. Accordingly, all the people of India are equal. No any discrimination between one another. Concerned to the politics, so the active political participation carried out with the help of the politics through the political party and apart from the political party likely to the pressure group as well as the movement groups. So there are two groups of the society, first one the pressure group and second one as a movement group. Pressure group like the political party and movement group as a apart from political party but active participation of the nation. As a political science chapter 1, it is clear that power sharing, power mean administrative power of the government which incorporated by Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution refer about the administrative power of the citizen with the help of the distribution system given in your book, given in your chapter. Accordingly, it is clear that power will be subdivided between bottom to top body of administration. Bottom to top body of administration likely to the bottom as a citizen and top as a president. President is one of the top body of administration and bottom as a citizen is the lowest body of administration. So the citizens and the government both carry on the work of administration. It is clear that the power sharing indicate about the administrative division of power with the help of the all about the citizen of India. Now let us come to the next as about the meaning of the power sharing. It is clear that power sharing is a way of the administrative power in which and by which all about the work will be carried out through the administrative division of power as a bottom of this region and top as the president. All about the body of administration equally participate to the administrative framework of administration, and power sharing indicate about the better consequences of India about the administration. So power sharing is desirable in India, required in India, because it led to the removal of the tension. It led to the assuration and the removal of the problem toward the Indian society. And next to it also led to the better outcome or the consequences of the government. In this way, some about the example given as a chapter who indicate about one of the country which known as the Belgium, as a smallest country of Europe, where the problem of power sharing, and another country as a Sri Lanka, as a smallest island country of Asia continent. So both the country related to the example given as a chapter 1, first one as a Belgium, where the three type of the major problem of the power sharing. Those highlighted in your chapter, first problem as a regional problem of Belgium, as Wallonia and Flemish region, there were two type of the region where the people will be subdivided. Second problem of the power sharing as a linguistic problem, likely to the most people of the Belgium speak. Most people of the Belgium speak about the Dutch language. Few people, like 39 people, only speak about the French language, and 1% people speak German language. So, second problem of the Belgium as a linguistic problem, and third problem of the Belgium related to the religious or the regional problem. Those will be led to the, as about the Catholic and the Protestant, there were the two sects of the Belgium where the problem of power sharing. Next to the countries as Asia continent, smallest or the neighboring country of India, where the problem of power sharing likely to in Sri Lanka, where the problem of power sharing, first one, regional problem, eastern and the western coast will be subdivided as about the Sri Lankan peoples. Next to the linguistic problem, as about most of the people speak Sinhala language. Few people of the Sri Lanka speak Tamil language. Those subdivided between two groups, 13% from the Sri Lankan Tamil and 5% as the Indian Tamil, as about the plantation worker. So that 18% only people speak Tamil language, and most of the people as a majority speak Sinhala language as a regional language of Sri Lanka. Third problem of the Sri Lanka concerned to the religious division, likely to the most of the people who became as Buddhist. Next to the some people became as Islam, few people became as about the Hindus and others. So that the religious problem is another problem of Sri Lanka. In the Belgium, where the fourth time of amendment take place, and after that the equality preference between the power sharing will be adopted, and administrative power will be subdivided between central, state and community government, so that where the power sharing problem will be solved after the long duration, long protest or long strike of this region of Belgium. Next to the Sri Lanka, where the power sharing problem will be exist due to the majoritarian problem. Some of the minoritarian people who organize together and form LTTE, Liberation Tiger Tamil Elam, but those became protested, and those doesn't lead to the consequences of any type of amendment of the Sri Lankan constitution, so that in Sri Lanka, due to the minoritarian protest, those will be suppressed by the majoritarian. In this way, in the Sri Lanka, where the power sharing problem will be exist. Next to the chapter also indicate about the matter concerned to the prudential and moral reason of power sharing. Prudential reason of power sharing indicate about the visible change due to the equal distribution of the power between bottom to top body of administration. And moral reason indicate about the spirit of democracy or the invisible change of the democracy through the educational upliftment, health upliftment, thinking approaches, and other consequences of the life. After that chapter as a glance, it is also indicate that why power sharing problem exists in Sri Lanka due to the majoritarian problem. Accommodation steps of the Belgium also given in your book, so that 4-time amendment take place in Belgium. First time amendment led to the division of power between the central and state. Second time amendment led to the state power will be subdivided between community government. Third time amendment indicate about the sovereignty and justice of the citizen. Fourth time amendment indicate as equality preference for all, as about the division of the power between the pressure and movement groups. Now in Sri Lanka, where the power sharing problem will be exist due to the lack of majority among the Sri Lankan Tamil as well as the Indian Tamil. Those became only 18% and most of the people speak Sinhala language, and those who became native of Sri Lanka. So that the power sharing problem exists in Sri Lanka. Now prudential and moral reason also clear. And next to the question about why power sharing is desirable in India. Power sharing is desirable in India due to the different reasons. First one, a smooth functioning of democracy. Second one, to overcome about the problem of the democratic politics. Third one, accommodation of the people. Fourth one, equal participation of the people of India. And fifth one, as a justice and public opinion with the help of the equality preference of power sharing between bottom to top body of administration. Next to the modern form of power sharing also given as a chapter, according to that, administrative power will be subdivided all over the world today as 20 and 21st century accordingly to the 4 dimensions of power sharing. First dimension, as a vertical division of power sharing likely to the legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature, executive and judiciary. It is as horizontal division of power sharing vertical division of power sharing indicate about the level of the power sharing between the central, state and local self-government. Horizontal division of power sharing indicate each and every level of the government will be subdivided between the legislature, executive and judiciary. So that first way of the power sharing, power will be subdivided between level of the government, level like the central level, state level and the local self level. Local self level also subdivided between 2 groups. First one, village level as Panchayati Raj system, and second one as the urban local self-government between the municipal corporation, municipal committee and Nagar Panchayat. So that as a Panchayati Raj system in 1992, Government of India decided about the power sharing as state power will be subdivided, between the local self-government. So level of the government as a top of the central, middle of the state and bottom at the community government or the local self-government led to the vertical division of power sharing, while horizontal division of power sharing led to the check and balance. Each and every level will be subdivided between the legislature, executive and judiciary. Indian legislature carried out the work of the enactment of an act with the help of the proceeding, so that the government carried out the work with the help of the direct or indirect elected representative through the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha to the proceeding of an act. So an act led to the rule and regulation, and accordingly the country will be perform the work. Next to the power will be also execute with the help of the executive, likely to the elected executive as well as the non-elected executive as a non-political, like the non-political executive will be recruited in India with the help of the UPSC, S.Sc and S.Sc. UPSC also recruited about the three type of officers. First one IAS officers, second one IPS officers and third one IFS officers. And second category as SPSC recruited about the civil, police and the judicial services related to the work. S.Sc also carried out about the upper division clerk after the graduation and lower division clerk after the intermediate with the vocational education. So that both as a political and non-political executive carry on the work of India and led to the better consequence of power sharing. Our judiciary or Indian judiciary preferred about the three level of the judiciary, top at the central level as the Supreme Court of India, second as the High Court of India and third bottom as subordinate Court of India. Top as the Supreme Court of India, where the 25 judges headed by Chief Justice who decided about the original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction and advisory jurisdiction. After that, the High Court of each and every state who also decided about the original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction and supervisory jurisdiction. Subordinate Court of India as a bottom as Commissionary Court, District Court and the Subdivisional Court who decided all about the justice with the help of the act and evidence. So that the legislature, executive and judiciary led to the check and balance of India. Third, level of the power sharing also deals as a chapter which indicate about the power will be subdivided between the different group of our society, likely to the linguistic group, likely to the political and non-political group and the different type of the pressure and movement groups. So all are the group who carried on the work with the help of the combination of the people. So if citizens have power, then all the group of the society have also power, so power will be subdivided between different group of our society. Next to the fourth one, as a modern form of power sharing also indicate about the power will be subdivided between pressure and movement group. Pressure group are those who pressurize the government only for the self and common interest, but movement group are those who carried out the work only for the welfare of the society apart from their own, like environmental group, like revolutionaries and others. So as a consequences, this chapter indicate about the power sharing, some about the question concerned to the chapter, likely to the meaning of power sharing, what do you mean by power sharing, what are the main features of power sharing, what are the major problem of the Belgium and Sri Lanka as a power sharing, How Belgium accommodate the problem of power sharing? Why power sharing problem exists in Sri Lanka? What are prudential and moral reasons of power sharing? What are the modern form of power sharing? How horizontal and vertical division of power sharing led to the better consequences of the power sharing in India? And next to the power sharing related to the division as pressure and movement group. That's all. It is clear.